What's up, family? It's Maniacs, and I got my girl back with me, Sarah, and we're gonna be talking about the ego today. We decided to touch on the topic of the ego today because we were seeing a lot of content out there that's describing things of the ego, and they be talking about ego death and why you don't need the ego, you need to throw away your ego. And we had a unique perspective on it. We agree with some things that a lot of people are saying, but at the same time, we disagree with some people are saying as well. But I'm gonna let Sarah get to talking about it first.
To me, the ego is two sides of a coin. It's just like how in life there's positive and negative energy. The ego is the same for us. We are the embodiment of the universe. We are just in human form of that. While it also allows you to see things that you would want to grow from and empower yourself from, that you've learned from your mistakes.
The ego is your soul contract. It is that soul and that intellect that you are given to evolve and learn certain things off of, or heal certain energies, or balance out certain things for yourself. These things are essential and vital for your experience down here on earth. Having that ego that has these certain things, these certain energies that are unbalanced within your inner being that you need to balance out, so it will bring these things to the surface. We may perceive them depending on what vibration or channel of energy we're working off of. We may perceive them as something that is negative, or something that is an obstacle in life, or some people may perceive it as a challenge, or some people may perceive it as just a journey. You see what I'm saying? The ego is very essential in your soul contract. It is your soul contract. Those two things are the same thing. What you are meant to do is spiritualize your ego, actually. I would say detach from the ego, as in don't have any attachment, don't feel like you needed the ego. And when you learn to be more aware of your habits and stuff that comes from your natural consciousness, you are able to just be aware and track like what certain things are coming from in your life, like why you may be procrastinating on a certain project, why you lacking discipline at this time in your life, or things just don't seem to be going the way that you want them to be going in your life. Maybe you looking for something that's not really aligned with your path or something like that. Don't ever just try to cut the ego out of the life. Try to balance them. The spirit and the ego are meant to integrate and to form into one being, to have acceptance of that. Like Sarah was saying, that's what comes with shadow work. That's what comes with digging up these parts of the ego and the intellect that you were not aware of, or that you were subconsciously hurt in, and that you can evolve those and then step yourself up to accept them, and you get even stronger and more evolved off of these experiences and evolution. Your choice.
I totally agree with what you were saying, actually. The ego is also to find spirituality in life. I feel like it is here to give us this rhythm in life to start feeling ourselves. It's like to empower ourselves. If we feel good today and we feel good in the clothes that we wear, that's our ego boosting ourselves up, and we're feeling like, I guess it's like the groove of life, just feeling the rhythm, just feeling emotion, and just enjoying it thoroughly. Sometimes the ego can get you out of a groove. Say you're playing in on a victim moment. Say you're not feeling yourself. Say you're acting out of character. The ego wakes you up a little bit. They're like, I don't really like being treated that way. Maybe I should have said something different. Maybe I could have expressed it in a different way. These are just examples, but these are things that the ego can bring about to you in a daily existence.
When you see those things, and you see like you have certain moments where you feel irritation or low vibrations and stuff like that, remember what we talked about before, I. Those are just your reflections. So whatever it is that you're seeing in that person is what you're seeing back in yourself. It's something that you are aware of that's in yourself that you did not like, and that you neglect or like have resentment toward. It is important that you are able to accept these parts of you. You have to learn the way that they can benefit you.
Empower you.
Yeah, the way that they can empower you. Let's make an example here. Say someone doesn't do anything but they like play video games all day, and like the mama and the pops, and they just look in their room and they be like, this nigga just play video games, he don't do nothing. But they go on that video game. Have they ever studied inside of that video game and see what he was doing in there? Most people don't. They could see that he was very organized in that video game, but he may have been sloppy out in the outside world. We use the same exact aspects and attributes and skills to life in other ways that destruct us at times than we do to benefit us in our physical life. Just understand that all you have to do is switch the tide. You're always being consistent. You're just not being consistent in a certain path. You get what I'm saying? And that comes with changing your habits. If we get like 5 likes on this video, y'all, we'll make a video on habits. So we're gonna make a whole journaling session about that, actually.
The ego is so powerful that you could run somebody over with it. You could make somebody feel like shit. Like when Manny used that example, you see a lot of little boys get ran over with their parents like that. Just like that. Exactly like that. Say that parent chose to do something else. They noticed that about their ego. They said, okay, I get a little irritated seeing my son do this shit. Let me see what the heck, let me see what he's doing on the video game. Let me see if I can actually empower him a little bit. Then the ego starts to feel a little bit happier because we chose to do a positive interaction with that person instead of doing an interaction where it's just my ego says that this person ain't shit, and then we treat them like they're not doing shit. Well, we could have seen what they were doing and then we're like, hey, I see you're pretty good in this game, maybe you can go do this as well, maybe you might enjoy this as well. Interacting with people, the ego can be on point or it can be just downright negative. It's up to you. The ego is you balancing yourself. It is a balancing effect. It is you going out into the world and respecting others and respecting yourself and knowing how you would like to be treated and how you would like to treat others. We have to remember that we are all a mirror image of oneself. So if you are mistreating someone else, you are mistreating yourself. And the ego must encounter that. The ego must face that. And that is something hard for the ego to face. Because there's a lot of people that we don't really understand what they're doing sometimes. And it's hurtful to see them do some things that you don't understand why they would do. The ego helps you to understand that you don't want that for yourself, and you would hope that other people would want to treat themselves with enough respect that you would want.
Your ego is your soul contract, and your soul contract has your archetypes displayed in it as the details. So basically, your ego is your archetypes, all the conjunction of your archetypes.
Okay.
And you can, when you incarnate, you now have to evolve based off of these archetypes that you are given, and these archetypes bring certain aspects that are physical, mental, or wherever your awareness lies into your life.
So the ego plays into all these archetypes, and some of them you pick up from childhood and some of them you pick up from past lives. It just depends on where you've been stationed at, what you've needed to experience or what you've chosen to experience. Everybody's got their own unique development in life.
If y'all want us to make a video on how to spiritualize the ego as well, leave it in the comments and let us know, because we down for making a whole bunch of content. Remember, family, stay up. I hope that y'all enjoyed the video for sure, and I'm gonna manifest some health, some wealth, some abundance, and some love, truth, peace, prosperity, all balanced things in your life, just whatever is high vibrational and what is needed for you to be balanced out in your life. I manifest that towards you, and I send love your way. And with all that being said, let's say it together. Shamim HOTEP.